What's up, guys? It's Rick Pino here from Get Wisdom. Has God given you a dream? Maybe you have a dream to give more. Maybe you've got a dream to rescue a bunch of people out of trafficking. Maybe you have a dream to build a bunch of orphanages. Maybe you've got a dream just to simply give your family the life that they deserve. You want to have a better life. Maybe you have a dream to have a nicer house or a nicer car. Nothing wrong with that either. In today's video, I'm going to be giving you the biblical way on how God has given us access to see our dreams come to pass. Now, here's the thing. It might be a little controversial for some, and it might be a little shocking to others because most people don't know about this biblical secret, and that's why most people don't get the joy of being able to step in to their God-given dreams. We're talking all about it today in this video. Well, before we get into the training, I want to share this with you. Boom, right here. Check this out. My student just made $12,000 in one single day with what I'm going to be sharing with you in my upcoming 5-day live virtual training called Create and Sell Digital Products. Or check this out. This student made $30,000 with what I'm going to be sharing with you in the upcoming training. Click the link down below and register, because over the course of 5 days, I'm going to show you everything you need to know on how to create and sell your own digital products. You don't need to be a guru. You don't need a bunch of tech skills. All you need is a phone and a laptop to get started and a willingness to help and serve others. If that's you and you want to learn how to make money online with digital products, click that link down below. This training is especially perfect for beginners. Click the link, register. Let's get into the video. So a few years back, I had the immense joy of heading out to Israel and spending some time with some Jewish business guys and gals who were doing gigantic stuff in business around Israel, of course, but around the world to the tune of billions of dollars. And I tell the story from time to time, but one of the nights that I was there in Israel, we had the Shabbat dinner, and I sat across from a guy. He's become a friend now, but he's a Jewish billionaire, right? Like this really wealthy dude who's done very well in business. And at dinner, I just said, bro, you got to explain to me, like, how in the world is it that Jews are so blessed? Like, obviously, it's not a blanket statement that every single Jew around the world is like extremely wealthy, but for the most part, Jews are so blessed financially. And obviously, I know God made a covenant with the Jews, but like, is there a natural reason why that you can think of that Jews are just so blessed? And he began to describe to me something that opened up my eyes, opened up my mindset. And he basically just says this. He says, the reason why we are so blessed financially, the Jews, the reason why the Jews are so blessed financially is because we are obsessed with the exchange of value. And I said, okay, talk to me about that. Like, explain that to me. And he says, when you become more obsessed with solving problems for people, then the people are actually obsessed over the problem itself, you'll have no trouble making money. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And he basically goes on to describe, you know, we must position ourselves as servants, because the more you can serve people at a high level, at a broad level, the more money you can make. And it reminded me of how the Bible also says the greatest among you will be a servant of all. Like, if you want to be the greatest, you have to be the greatest servant first. And why am I saying all this? And how does this connect into our dreams being fulfilled? Well, the punchline is this, okay? Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 3 says, the dream comes through much business. It's really powerful to understand if God has given you a dream to help somebody, a dream to, you know, feed the orphans, a dream to build churches and schools, and a dream to just have a better life for your family, a dream to plant all those orphanages or whatever the dream is, a dream to be able to give more and to serve more. The way that that dream is going to primarily come is through you starting a business. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people get this idea about like, oh, business. Oh man, I've got to learn all these new skills and business. I don't really want to get into sales and I don't know how to market. Like, instead of thinking about all the trappings of business, I want to submit to you, consider starting to think of it like this. How can I serve people more? How can I serve people better? How can I solve bigger problems for people? Because when you do this, you will have no trouble making money. Now notice in Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 3, it doesn't say the dream comes through much prayer. And obviously, I'm a man of prayer. You should continue praying, of course. Please continue to pray. It also doesn't say the dream comes through much ministry. For those of you guys and gals coming from a ministry background, I'm coming from a ministry background. Like, go serve people in the ministry. That's awesome. But the difference between serving people in the ministry and serving people in business is simple. When you serve people in the ministry, you are doing it for no profit. That's why it's a 501c3 nonprofit. But when you serve people in business, you're doing it for a profit. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with starting a for-profit business where you serve people to make money. Like, that is how the world goes around. In fact, consider this. The only reason why anyone anywhere has any money is because somebody somewhere started a business and sold something for a profit. I was telling this concept to some of my students recently, and there was a young gal who she's super sweet, raised her hand. She goes, well, Rick, you know, it's interesting because I actually work as a secretary, and so I don't know if what you just said is true because I make money as a secretary. And I said, that's my point. How are the people who you're working for getting money to pay you? They have a business that they sell something for a profit. They're serving people in the marketplace. And when they serve people in the marketplace, they pay them money, and then they take that money after they sold something for a profit in their business, and then they pay you with that money. And the same thing goes if you're a pastor or a minister or a missionary, right? Like, well, I don't make money from business. I make money from people donating to me. That's my point. Where do you think these people are getting the money to donate to your ministry, to your church, to your charity, to your missions? They're getting the money by either working at a business or they're working their own business, which again is to serve people in the exchange of them paying you money. So this whole religious idea that like business is gross or, you know, business is bad and man, we don't want to make too much money because if we make too much money, then we're not going to have to rely on God anymore. Are you kidding me? Like, if you want to learn how to trust in God, go start a business, right? Like, most people who make that statement like, oh, you know, if you make too much money and you have a business, like, you know, you don't want to get too rich, you know, you just want to be comfortable enough. They've never done the thing that they're speaking against. And so they don't understand it does take faith. It does take courage to start a business. But when you run your business, when you position yourself as I am serving people, I'm here to serve people, I'm here to help people, I'm here to obsess over solving the problem for them more than they obsess over the problem itself. When you position your intention like that, it's no longer about the trappings of like cash grab, you know, and greed. And it's not about that, man. It's about becoming a really, really wonderful, high-level servant of humanity. And when we can serve people, man, we will have no problem making money. So what's the point I'm trying to make to you today? The point is this. If you have the desire to see your dreams come into reality, then I want to submit to you, if you are a believer, you should highly consider starting a business. Because especially for those who are coming from like a ministry background, you know, for a lot of us, and I say us because that's the background I come from, a lot of us had the mindset, I say had because I used to have this mindset, so I relate to those of you guys and gals who do have this mindset. The mindset coming from a ministry background is, oh man, we're just going to pray more, we're going to fast more, and somebody somewhere is going to donate to us. Like, I don't know about you, but that is like... That is a wrong mindset when it comes to seeing your dreams come to reality. I remember God would, you know, we'd have so many words from God, and we'd go around the world and all these people would declare over us and even prophesy over us, and they would, you know, speak over us. And the only filter I had at the time, you know, they'd be like, God's going to give you this crazy, et cetera, whatever it was. The filter I had at the time was, oh, someone's going to donate it to me. God wants to entrust all of this land and all this real estate to you. And my filter at the time was, oh, someone's going to give it to me. Someone's going to donate it to me. It wasn't, I'm going to start a business and I'm going to go generate enough funds so that I can go purchase the real estate, because that lens just wasn't there. But I'm telling you this, that is the biblical lens that you must have in order to see your dreams come into reality. It's not this idea of like, someone's going to donate to me, right? Like, you should have, and by the way, I'm not saying that people will not donate to you. That's cool, right? But instead of waiting around for a handout, go start a business. Instead of waiting around for a handout, go start serving people in exchange for money. And I'm telling you this, the more you can serve people, the more money you're going to make. The higher level problems that you can solve, the higher level income you're going to make. It's why people who work at flipping burgers, nothing wrong with that, by the way, or baristas, nothing wrong with that, by the way. People who work like service jobs like that, who are very, very replaceable, like anyone can pour a cup of coffee, right? And so because it is a very replaceable value that you're bringing to the market, you're not paid very much for it, right? Now, on the other hand, people who know how to build skyscrapers, and they've been doing it for 30 years, that's a higher level value. So of course they're getting paid more. Or people who work on, brain surgeons who work on brains for a living and do surgery on people's brains. It's not just like, hey, you can come do surgery on my brain. Come on over here, random stranger. No, right? So consider what I'm saying, okay? Like, this idea of the more value you can bring to the market, the more problems you can solve, the more money you can make. It is extremely, extremely valid. So if you have this desire to see your dreams come into reality, if you want to see, your family have a better life, if you want to give more, if you want to serve more, if you want to help more people, if you want to build more orphanages, if you want to rescue more people, you are going to need money to do it. And it's not just through prayer only, it's through business. Ecclesiastes 5:3, the dream comes through much business. Okay, so that's the 15-minute mentor I wanted just to submit to everybody today. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you're a believer, go start a business, go serve some people in exchange for money. You will be mind blown just how unreligious you'll get, unlocked immediately. Just like, wow, this isn't as weird as I thought it was. This is actually really cool. I get to serve people and I get to make money. Go start a business, guys. If you love God, go start a business, go serve people, and watch how incredibly blessed your life will become when you stop waiting for a handout and you become a hand up to those people that you go and serve, okay? Thank you guys so much for joining me for this 15-minute mentor. If you want to continue to see more content like this from me, make sure to subscribe to the channel right now. Go like and hit the bell, do all that YouTube-y stuff, and we'll see you on the next training.